Hi everyone, this is Miss Callahan, not Mr. Bowers, and I'm just here to piggyback on the video you just watched with Mr. Bowers on finding the surface area of a rectangular prism using what we call a net. A net is basically a rectangular prism unfolded and laid out flat. So because we know rectangular prisms have 6 surfaces, you can see in this net, and by the way, this is the exact net from Mr. Bowers' video. You can see we have 1 side, 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, 5 sides, 6 sides. So these are the 6 sides. And even more than that, I believe Mr. Bowers talked about, well, which ones look to be the same shape and size. So I think he highlighted these 2 because each of these, we'll do this in purple, each of these is, let's count our squares, 1, 2, 3, 4 units by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. So I think each of these had an area of length times width, which was 20. Then you added those together and got 40 square units. And then let's see, like this one and this one look to be the same size because they're 6 in length by 4 in width. So we'll make these orange and we'll make this one orange. And then finally, our last 2 are going to be 6 by 5. But Mr. Bowers already went over how you find the area of all these and add them together to get your surface area. That is the area of all 6 surfaces. What I want to do in this video is bring the 3D to life. In other words, I'm going to cut this net out and I'm going to fold it so that you can actually see it turn into a 3-dimensional rectangular prism. So just bear with me. I'm going to start cutting, and it might not be my best cut job ever, but we'll do the best we can. And I think you guys have on your desks the exact copy. I already cut some out for you. So that was done ahead of time. And I would have let you cut them, but I don't think I would have had enough scissors. I'm getting there. Isn't this fun? Are you getting dizzy watching me cut this out? Almost there. Now what you can start doing is thinking about where you see the dashed line segments. And where you see the dashed line segments, we're going to start folding this net so that we can turn it into 3 dimensions. So this is what you have on your desk, okay? So you see these creases, these dashed lines. Let's start folding just so when we go to make it 3D, it really comes to life. So let's take this side and just sort of bend it in and crease it on the dashed line segment. And then we'll take the other one and crease it. So if you can think here, these are going to be 2 sides. These are going to be my sides of my rectangular prism. And then we can bring this up. I believe this is going to be the back. If you crease this one, that's going to be your back. See it coming to life? Fold this side up. See, it's coming to life. And I think this guy's going to be my front. So let me crease him. He's going to be the front. And so what's he gonna be? Let's crease him in along his little dashed line segment. I think that's gonna be the top. So let's see, if we bring the sides up and the back up, let me actually grab some tape. If you wanna make yours really cool, you can always, you know where my tape is, everybody. You could actually, now this won't be really, it won't be great, but we can pull this up, maybe kind of tape around the corner there. So those stick together, right? And then I can put a piece here, maybe me wrap that together. This is really high-tech stuff here, let me tell you. It's okay though, I'm just trying to get the gist, get the idea. And then the front comes up and the top, yes. Oh, it's kind of, wait a minute. Bear with me, kids. Here we go, there we go. That's there. Okay, it's not the greatest, but it's not the worst either. I mean, I can tell that this is a three-dimensional figure, and it is a rectangular prism. 6 faces. We've got bottom and top, front, back, side, side. So hopefully you have a little rectangular prism there too. But now, what are the dimensions here? Well, let's look at this thing. So hopefully we can count. If I look at it head on like this, let's think of this dimension. So it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to give this length 6 units. Ta-da! And then the width comes this way. So how many units do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units on the width. Right, a 5 here. And then we have our height. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 up the side. So let's give this, this is not the easiest thing to do. 4. So what we took Mr. Bauer's net, turned it into a rectangular prism that measures length 6, width 5, and height 4. Okay, 6, 5, 4. Now check this out. I created that very same shape right here. Let me come down a little bit. Zoom in. All right. So I tried to create this on paper. Now, let's find surface area the old-fashioned way, the way we found it on, Wednesday and Thursday of this week. Let's use this good old formula that we use. So we need length, which is 6, width, which is 5, and height, which is 4. If we run these numbers through surface area, we know we have a 2 times, and then we know we need a length and a width, LW, plus a 2 and a length and a height, LH, because you know how we do, L to W, L to H. And now, finally, a 2 and a width and a height, which is these 2. So let's plug them through. Let's see, this would be 6, 5. This would be 6, 4. And this would be 5, 4. Now you could put that in your calculator. I think I can kind of do this in my head though. Let's see, 6 and 5, that's 30 times 2. That's going to be a 60 there. Plus, let's see, 24 times 2, that's 48. Plus, and now we have 20 times 2, that's 40. And when I add those all up, well, if I put the 60 and the 40 together, that's 100 plus 48. I'm looking at 148 units squared. Now think back, is that what you got with Mr. Bauer's? Let's unfold our rectangular prism back into, oh dear, am I gonna rip it? Back into a net. So if I unfold this thing as carefully as I can, not to rip the sides as I'm unhooking the tape. Here, I can actually kind of, yeah, it's coming apart. Here it comes. I can actually cut this here a little bit. There we go. So if I take it back to the net, right? Take it back to the net. So let me bring this back up. Ta-da! This is high-tech camera action here. Okay, so remember with Mr. Bauer's, this orange rectangle was, I believe, 6 by 4. 6 by 4, which 6 times 4 is 24, and which made this guy 24. And so that created the 48, which we have right here. And then the green, it was 6 by 5, which is 30 and 30, which creates the 60. And the sides then were 4 by 5, which created the 20 and the 20, which we have as 40 here. So really, when you think about it, when you fold this guy here is really the bottom of your prism, which makes his counterpart the top. And this guy in orange is the back, which makes his counterpart the front. And then we bend up the sides, and together, all 6 of those make your rectangular prism. And again, you can fold it back together. So I want you to see the connection between unfolding a rectangular prism into a net and then refolding it to a prism. Isn't that cool? Now, this is terrible. I mean, the way I did this, it's not the best. My graphics are not great, but the next video, I have one more video you're gonna watch today. It's so short and sweet, but it shows the folding and the unfolding in a much better way. So watch that one, and then you'll be ready for mastery.